What's going on, Awesome Army? Welcome to another exciting episode of Crypto Awesome, where crypto is simplified and awesomeness is amplified. And today we're going to get in actually pretty deep into TitanX. I had the first episode where we just kind of briefly touched on TitanX, but today we're going to get all the way through the white paper. So let's just start here with we are on day 75 of TitanX. And at the end of day 75, you can see there's only 4 hours left of day 75. Now, currently, if you were to do a max miner, at the end of the max miner, you're going to have 1.292 billion TitanX that you've mined, and it's going to cost you 0.2122 ETH. So just remember, this continually goes up. This number continually goes up at a small percentage every single day, and this goes down at the end of every single day. Estimated market value of a max miner at the moment is $1,938, which is estimated ROI at the end of the miner of a 254% return. Right now, TitanX price is 5 zeros and a 1504. So when I'm looking at my balances, I'm pretty stoked on this T rank bonus. And as you can see, these first 3 miners that I started, the first 3 that I started right away have a ridiculously more amount of T rank bonus, 26 million per wallet versus 4 million per wallet on the next ones. Now, one of the reasons, there's a couple reasons for that. You can see this power multiplier right here. I did a 75 power and I did a 25 power. I did 9 miners in this one. The first one I did 3 miners at 75% because it was costing me about half an ETH. I spent another half an ETH and did 9 miners at 25%, thinking that maybe that was some game theory to being able to do more miners at a slower power. But when I'm actually reading the white paper, we're going to go over that today, it doesn't make a difference. In fact, it would have been better for me just to maximize the amount of miners, the amount of power that I have for the money, for the amount of ETH that I want to spend. Remember, this is not financial advice. Please do not make any investments based upon what I say. This video is for information purposes only. And I just think I'm just so fascinated by this project. I just really want to see if you guys can understand it because I think it's great. But as you can see, these were the end of my 9. These 2 were the end of my 9 miners. Then I ended up doing another miner at 12%, only because I only had a little bit of ETH at that point. I just wanted to still do another miner. And then these last 3 that I've done, the most recent that I've done, I did them at 100%. And I'm all in at about 1.6 ETH here on my miners. And I have about another half ETH in on my stake. So I wanted to try the stake, but ultimately there's a lot of game theory to have both of them, mining and staking. So, and there's actually going to be a lot of game theory being built on having liquid TitanX too. And I'm not going to have any liquid TitanX unless I trade additional ETH for it, or some of my miners run up. And my miners are actually, so here's some of the game theory as well. Look at my miners. I've ended them on different days. You see, these were max miners, 280 days. All these first on the first page. But when you get to second page, I have some different time lengths. I actually went to 211 days right here. And the reason I went to 211 days is because in August this year, we're going to have a pretty big day. In August of this year is when the very first day 1 280-day miners are going to be coming due. So all of those people that started mining on day 1 and did max miners at 280 days are going to come due. Their end day is going to be in the middle of August. So what I did here was I did these last 3 right before all of those original 280-day miners come due. Now, there's thoughts on what's going to happen on this day, and we don't know yet, but there's thoughts on what's going to happen on this day. and people could reinvest their money back into more miners, or the price could shoot up, the price could go down. There's many things that could happen on this day. Remember, this is a very risky experimental project, so please, don't invest more than you're willing to lose here. But as you can see on my payouts, I only invested in payouts with half an ETH, and I did this about 4 days ago, and I've already got a $74 in ETH payout. I get an every 8 days, there's an additional payout. Right now, I get a $13 of the pool. And every 28 days, I get $238 of this pool. And then every 90 days, I get $497 of this pool. Paid out in ETH. And that is the difference between TitanX and many other projects. Is typically when you stake a coin, you will get paid out in that coin. With TitanX, when you stake TitanX, you get paid out in ETH. So there is a correlation between the ETH price and the price of TitanX, because as you can see, it keeps costing more ETH to start new miners. So let's get over here. So we got the chart. This is day 75 right now. There's the video from yesterday. If you guys want to watch that video, there is a chance, a potential 55,000x on this coin. And I'm going to go over the white paper with you guys right now so you can see. Yesterday, we went through the initial pumpamentals. So if you guys want to watch yesterday's video, we went through this whole pumpamentals page. But I want to jump into the rest of this white paper so we can really get a good idea of what this project is and if this is something that you'd even be interested in doing. So this is some of the details here. This is called virtual mining. So we're not actually, it is getting more difficult every single day because of the way that the smart contract is programmed. But it's not necessarily using additional power, additional CPU power or anything like that, like Bitcoin does. This is actually just a smart contract that's executing exactly as the code is written. So it's completely decentralized because as of now, the only thing that can happen is what is programmed in the contract. So virtual mining, you can create your own coins. This is a very interesting part about this project, is that when we start mining, we are creating coins for the ecosystem. And that's why there's a burning mechanism built in, but we're going to get there in a second. You create your own coins. Titan is built with self-custody, censorship resistance, and pure DeFi DNA at its core. And that's really what I love about this project, is that it is strictly decentralized. Because right now, it's a smart contract that is running this thing, and there are no people making any more decisions on the code. The code has been determined, and now the code is running. And the code is going to keep running. And it has been audited 3 times, so it's got a triple audit on this code. And we'll get there here in a second too. We believe in humans' freedom to transact and do with their finances what they want. When you go to the mine page, you can specify the number of days you want to mine for and the number of power you want the miner to have. The number of days you pick, from 1 day up to 280 days, and the power you choose determine the amount of TitanX you get at the end of your miner. And here's the mining formula if you're interested, and it explains a little bit about that. The mining cost formula is right here. It explains a little bit about that. You guys can dig into this white paper if you want. Go to docs.titanx.win, and you can see this document here. Miners can be created in 3 ways. All of them do the same thing, just differently and easier for the user. There's single miners, which we got into, and we can check that out. A single miner is right here. You would just specify the number of days. Make sure you have enough ETH in your wallet to be able to do it. So I would have to have 0.2 ETH in my wallet, and I don't have that right now because I've already put it all into TitanX. And then you would just say create miner, and it would authorize a transaction, but right now it's not going to work because I don't have any money in my wallet. That was weird. I haven't seen that before. Okay. So you can do single miners or you can do batch mining. This will allow you to automatically create up to 100 miners at a time, saving you the hassle of having to create miners individually. This also uses the contracts miners function to create your miners for you. So outcome is the same, just multiplied by whatever number of miners that you create. Mining ladder. This will create a mining ladder for you using the contracts single miner function at the interval rate you specified and the power you specified. More detail on the virtual mining page, which is where we are. Okay, mining bonuses. Early adoption amplifier. This bonus starts at 10% and works its way down to 0% in 350 days. So right now we're on day 75, so there's still quite a bit of days to get part of this early adoption amplifier. This reduces at a rate of 10% per 350. 10% divided by 350 per day. Burn bonus multiplier. You can get up to 8% extra on your new miners if you've burned 80 billion Titan. This bonus starts at 0% for new wallets, and the more they burn, the more they get, up to 8%. This is to reward burners, and it acts as a loyalty program. This is a very interesting part of the game theory here, this burn bonus multiplier. We're going to get into that a little bit more later. T-rank bonuses. When you create a miner, you get assigned a T-rank, which is a Titan rank on that specific miner. This T-rank determines where you start earning rewards from. As people start miners after you, they give your miners extra bonuses. This T-rank bonus starts at 2200 TitanX per max power miner that starts after you. So every max power miner that starts after you, you get 2200 TitanX, which is your T-rank bonus, for every max power miner that starts after you on the network, every one of them. That's why it's way better to, if you're going to do this, to start right away, because every day it gets harder, and every day that T-rank bonus actually goes down. Plus, every day you get a chance to capitalize on all the people starting miners after you. It's 22 TitanX per extra per 1 power after you. This is based on the mining power instead of ranks to prevent whale abuse of the bonuses. In essence, this means that you get rewarded for helping bring adoption to the ecosystem and helping it grow. If someone starts 100 power miners, you get a higher T-rank bonus. If someone starts 1 power miner, you get the same T-rank bonus divided by 100. Here's the T-rank bonus formula. Mining power determines how much TitanX you get per day in your miner, plus it also determines how much ETH your miner costs. So if you have 100 mining power, you get the full current Titan mineable per day. If you have 1 mining power on your miner, you get 1% of the full current Titan mineable per day. 100 power is referred to as the max miner. Mining power also determines how much your miner costs in ETH, as referenced above. So if you have 1 miner power, it's 1% of the miner cost. But here's the note. The eventual cost per Titan token you get at the end of your miner moves linearly, meaning that a 100 power miner and a 1 power miner have the exact same cost per Titan. The 1 miner just gets a lot less Titan at the end of the miner, but the cost is the same. So if possible, just do a max miner. It's easier to manage. There's no benefit to doing smaller power miners at all, unless you don't have enough ETH for 1 max miner or multiple max miners, or you have some ETH change you want to put to work. So this note I did not read prior to doing those 9 bulk miners at 25% power. So this right here tells me I didn't need to do that. It would have been easier, it's saying, just to have less miners at the most of the at the max power I can afford, basically. Penalties. Now this is something we really got to talk about. This is a really important part of this game. This game theory has penalties, and if you they're pretty steep. So at whatever end date you specified when creating your miners, you can claim. After that day, when it ends, you have a 7-day grace period. in which you can claim your miners and not receive any penalties. After that 7-day grace period, you enter the penalty zone, which looks like this. If you're 1 day late, you lose 1% of your TitanX. After the 7 days, right? So this is day 8, 1 day late. If you're 2 days late, which is day 9, you lose 3%. 3 days, 8%. 4 days, 17%. 5 days, 35%. 6 days late, lose 72%. And if you're 7 days late, you lose 99% of the TitanX that you just mined. So this makes it to where you have to claim your TitanX right after you mine it. Now, there is a little bit of game theory within this 7-day grace period here, because during the 7-day grace period, you're still earning T rank bonuses. So if you want to play this a little bit hot, you can let your miner run out and you can earn T rank bonuses after your miner has run out for, say, 6 days. And then basically make sure that you close it on the 7th day and claim your miner. Because if you're 1 day late, you start losing some of your mining capability, what you mined. So anyways, the penalties are really an important part of this game. Limits. Due to blockchain data reading limits, each wallet can have a maximum of 1,000 miners and 1,000 stakes. If you want to create more miners, you can do so on a second or third wallet, which is probably good practice anyway. Get multiple wallets. Also a good reason to do max miners if possible, easier to manage and keep track of. No extra benefit in doing small ones unless needed. So that is the virtual mining section of TitanX paper. And so if you guys stick around on the next episode, I'm going to go through mining ETH distribution. And we're just going to keep these episodes quick so you can kind of watch them through, really learn about the white paper of TitanX, see if this is something you're interested in. But just remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude who thinks crypto is awesome. And so, TitanX is one of the really cool projects that I'm interested in. I am not buying for price right now. I'm buying for the potential, the future potential of this project. And when we get down here, what is Hyper? I'm very excited about that project too. But right now we're on virtual mining. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to talk about mining ETH and the distribution of ETH. It's very cool. Stick around. Until next time, Crypto Awesome out.